always on the go, but the day just won't be one without your Hollywood fix. Let Golden State Media Concepts Entertainment Podcast take care of that. Jordan and Keith is Entertainment Tonight meets Access Hollywood.
I'm Jordan. The guy laughing, that's Keith.
Yeah, I'm Keith.
An all-inclusive look of pop culture.
Dude, you suck. Dude.
With Jordan and Keith.
That's not how you do it. Hey, welcome to Golden State Media's Concepts Entertainment Podcast. I am Keith, and that is Jordan.
Was there something wrong with my microphone? Did they not hear it?
Come in.
Did they not hear it?
Intro and decided not to do it. Oh no.
Maybe my mic cut out.
Good.
But yeah,
we are here. We have entertainment news for you today.
There's so much entertainment.
Yes, so much. That's entertainment.
Sing it, Keith. Come on, this is your
that's
chance.
a good song. Yeah, man. The Jam. That's entertainment.
Who sang that one again?
The Jam. And Morrissey, actually. So, yeah.
The Jam.
Yes. So, first up on deck. Just when you thought that Suge Knight couldn't do anything even more bad than what he already does.
Really? We were just talking about this. Doesn't Suge Knight sound like the worst?
Well, I mean, he's definitely considered a bad boy, that's for sure.
Bad boy. Like, that's the most generous way to...
Yeah, you know, he's a gangster for sure. So.
Every time I hear something about Suge Knight, it's always something that makes you hate him more. It's
well, you know.
Has it always been this way, Keith? At one point, did we like Suge Knight? All I can remember is just
people
him.
liked Suge Knight a lot when they first didn't know who he was, when Death Row got introduced to the whole world with Snoop Dogg's, Doggy Style record and, Dre's The Chronic. I mean, that was like a golden age for them. The reason why we're mentioning Suge Knight is because our first story is Suge Knight allegedly tried to have Eminem killed. So that's why we're talking about Mr. Knight, also known as Marion.
Unsurprising to everybody who's heard anything about Suge Knight.
Right, yeah, so that's, it's someone speaking out about that.
So a former bodyguard of Eminem claims that Suge Knight tried to have him killed in 2001.
Yes.
So yes. Eminem's former bodyguard, his name was Byron Big Nas Williams.
Yes.
He had to snatch the star up before an argument with Knight's crew escalated further at the Source Awards 15 years ago.
Isn't that crazy?
To quote him, he said, "I noticed that in the middle of the aisle, he's beefing with all these guys in red shirts," he recalled. "I noticed his face changing, and he's turning like tomato red, and there's a sea of red guys around him. I had to bust through the middle and snatch him up." Williams, along with Dr. Dre's bodyguards, were able to get Eminem away.
Good thing that he did, because he probably saved his life. So.
He said that they were in beast mode the whole time. So,
yeah.
To those of you not knowing who Suge Knight is right now, he's currently awaiting in jail for trials of felonies connected to when he ran over two men on the set of Straight Outta Compton, killing one of them.
Right, you said, so you said what's going on with them. You didn't say who he is.
Yeah, that's the guy, other guy.
Yeah, Suge Knight is the co-founder of Death Row Records. He was the CEO of Death Row Records, an executive producer on Snoop Dogg's Doggy Style Records. Doggy Style, his first solo LP. Death Row Records, very famous hip-hop label out of the 90s, very famous, probably one of the most famous. It was Death Row and Bad Boy at that point. But that's who Suge Knight is, though. He was the former CEO of Death Row. And like Jordan said, he is now incarcerated at this time because of a vehicular murder.
Manslaughter,
homicide. Homicide, yeah.
Which, by the way, if you have that much money, if you're doing that well, all you have to do is not get into this kind of trouble.
Well, he's been incarcerated over several times, about several times at least.
Yeah.
For different things. So, but he may not be getting out this time. But they wanted to tell us that story. So, to let you know how close Eminem came to not being here. So, we're glad that he is here. And, that's a crazy story. Yeah.
That is a crazy story.
Former bodyguard, and he was also at one point, I believe, a professional football player, Suge Knight.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yes.
What did he play for?
That
doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. The important thing.
I'll tell you later on in the podcast. No, because I'm glad you asked.
I'm sure he was a lineman or something.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah. So, that all happened, and it really did happen.
Yeah. Definitely. We heard about that before, but now it's been officially documented. So
that Suge Knight's a terrible person, or about the Eminem. I don't even think it's opinion at this point, Keith.
About the Eminem thing, George.
Okay, who's going to argue with me? Oh, that guy isn't that.
I mean,
bad.
I hear you, but
Yeah,
it's just,
I understand where you're coming
boundaries,
from.
Man, boundaries.
So, we'll put it on a lighter note. So, what's going on else in this whole world? Bradley Cooper was recently kind of come under fire, if you want to call it that.
I stop there. Hold up. Wait a minute. Let's put some bass in it. Who is Bradley Cooper?
Bradley Cooper.
What is he known for?
Well, if you asked me, I'd say Silver Linings Playbook.
Classic film.
But if you asked a lot of other people, apparently, the first film that comes to mind is American Sniper, where he played the star, Chris Kyle.
And King Jordan.
Yeah.
My brother, do you know where he came from before all of that? Before he was slaying in the movies. And
where did he come from?
A Hollywood matinee idol. Sex symbol for all the people out there. Do you know where he came from before that?
I'm completely clueless.
Yes, just give me one guess, then I'll tell you.
Okay.
I'm excited about this. I can't wait to tell you.
Oh,
Go ahead,
man.
guess.
I feel like I know, too, and now I'm forgotten.
You probably should, my brother. You probably should.
Okay, I don't know. I'm just going to throw into throwaway guess. Barney and Friends. Where is he from?
What's that? Is that something real?
Barney, the purple dinosaur?
Barney.
Yeah.
It's like you said, Barney.
First
like,
childhood
Barney?
role.
No. He used to be on the television series Alias with Jennifer Garner on
I
ABC.
did know that. Yeah.
He played a
Alias.
supporting role. He was a secret agent. He worked with Jennifer Garner. So Bradley Cooper started off on TV first.
Long history with acting.
He went from TV to movies. And there's been a few famous celebrities that we like, know, and love who did the same thing. Tom Hanks, Denzel Washington, Will Smith, TV actors, graduated to the movies.
Okay,
Tom Hanks with Bosom Buddies. It's a classic TV series back in the day in the 80s where he and Peter Scolari, they lived in this all-girl apartment complex, so they had to dress up and to pretend to be women.
Not that we're trying to get into any tangents or anything, no.
No, but just let you know. But yeah, so Bradley Cooper was from Alias. That's a great TV series, spy series that Jennifer Garner came from.
The show is brought to you by Alias, the complete series.
No, it's not. But go ahead. So tell the story. I digress. I just wanted to give you that tidbit. Since we're doing entertainment news, and a lot of people don't know that's Bradley Cooper's history. So.
I appreciate it. No, I understand. So Bradley Cooper, he went to the DNC, the Democratic National Convention.
Uh-huh.
But there was a thing that happened here. So a lot of people from, the Republican convention had kind of a problem with the fact that the guy who was playing Chris Kyle was, kind of getting in some, going to the other side there. And they were very angry about it.
So a celebrity's not allowed to go to both conventions.
Yeah.
That's just silly. Territorial much? Go ahead.
Well, he said, quoted, Republicans were up in arms that I was there watching the president speak. Cooper continued, struggling to figure out why that would be an issue.
And I think that's funny. So, and yes, we here at the Golden State Media Concepts Entertainment Podcast are not taking any sides in regards to the conventions. Actually, we encourage everybody to just, it's always good to see all sides of everything. So no, we're not taking any sides politically with this. It's just Bradley Cooper entertainment news. Yeah. So
Todd Phillips, who directed The Hangover, kind of said that he understands. It's kind of like the mob being mad at De Niro for being in The Intern. So
that's a great movie. Actually,
it's a great comparison.
That's an excellent film. So that's okay. That's a good way of putting it. That's interesting. All right, right on. So is Brad okay? Is he still dumbfounded, or
I think he's okay now. I think he's getting over it and he's all right. I think he's just happy. And to everybody,
like Pharrell, I'm happy. Go ahead, I'm listening.
Yeah, no, like Pharrell, he's happy.
Okay.
Yeah,
right on.
He's happy.
I can dig it.
So if we can get into something that has nothing to do with Bradley Cooper or politics, which is always a less political direction. Yeah.
Bonus. Go ahead.
So Time Warner lifts its profit forecast, and it takes stakes in Hulu.
Yeah, so they're trying to be more competitive. Good. So that's good that someone's showing interest in Hulu that way. And Hulu is doing some exclusive broadcasting of certain TV series.
Yeah, and we've covered some of those,
Tyrant,
like the Warriors adaptation that's coming out.
Right.
And The Handmaid's Tale that's coming out.
Okay.
Did you know about that one? Did we
No,
talk
I
about that?
didn't. No.
Yeah, they are making a Handmaid's Tale.
And the Minnie Kaling project, didn't they pick her up?
They picked her up. Yeah, they revived the show, and it's still going strong.
So that was very cool of them to do that.
Actually, speaking of, I went to Universal Studios.
You did?
Yeah, we've talked about that before.
Okay.
Universal Studios. And
Did you go any cool rides? Did you see anything? Was Indiana Jones there? What was going on? Was Star Wars there? What was there? Was Star Trek there? What was there?
My life has been changed for the first time I've been on roller coasters, and I feel alive.
Yeah,
I feel
mad,
so alive.
man. I despise those things. We have a break, but when the break is over, please tell me about the roller coaster experience. Then we'll get back to entertainment news.
And if I can end it with this, because
Yes.
you said Mindy Kaling.
Yes.
Mindy Kaling's show was being shot there. It was from the studio tour.
Good
That's
segue.
why I brought that up.
All right,
Yeah.
all right, okay,
Yeah, so
all right.
That's how you end a show. We come back a commercial break. We'll
All
be
right.
talking some more.
All right.
Do you want to be healthier, yet you just don't know what to do? All these shows telling you this and that, but nothing seems to work. Well, listen close. Golden State Media Concepts has got something great for you. The Health and Wellness Podcast dedicated to workout trends, healthy eating habits, diet, and everything about healthy living. Join us in our banters as we help you not just live life to the fullest, but live it to the healthiest.
Hey, everybody. Welcome back to GSMC Entertainment News.
Yes.
This is episode, 30, 50?
3,000. So you're talking about roller coaster, Universal Studios.
Yes.
Minnie Kaling, bam.
I didn't get to see Mindy Kaling. I got to miss that part, but I saw.
But they were shooting it.
They were shooting Mindy Kaling's show
while you were there. Or?
Yeah, they were doing it. You could take the store and it'll the tour, and it'll show you like what's being filmed today. They have this like board, a list.
That's really cool.
Mindy Kaling was there. Superstore was also getting filmed too.
Superstore?
Yeah, it's
I
a
don't know
show.
what that
It's a NBC show. It's out. It's a comedy.
Okay.
Give it a try. So I'm really excited about that. And roller coasters, I've never done them before, but I did the Harry Potter ride. I was there in the Harry Potter world.
You little geek.
The thing is, I'm not that like well versed on Harry Potter either. Like,
Harry Potter.
So I was asking questions about everything. Like, is he a bad guy? What about him?
You're joking.
The entire time I was so
Not the
clueless.
only one on earth who doesn't know about Harry Potter. You should be ashamed
I know,
of yourself. Shame on you, Jordan.
I think we've talked about it. I've been meaning to catch the shows, the movies.
Oh, that's right. But you have all the movies and you haven't watched them.
I have all the movies.
Sacrilegious, bro.
I have no idea.
Sacrilegious, dude.
But I got to ride it. I'm terrified of heights, but I realize if you're indoors and it's like complete darkness, you just see a screen or whatever. I handle it way better. I don't get so terrified.
Dude, really, dude. Roller coasters. What I don't like about them, I don't know. Maybe my stomach falling to my feet.
Is that something?
That's all.
Do they rip your stomachs out, or is it just you
so
feel
when
queasy?
you go all the way up and then you go down, your stomach goes right to your feet, and everybody else is putting their hands up because they can't get enough, and I'm like praying for it to stop.
Me, I'm kind of.
So needless to say, I won't be back on any roller coasters anytime soon. Yeah, that ship has sailed. But I'm glad you had a good time, though. That was a good experience for you. So right on. So good. So Time Warner they bought Hulu. So what we're going to see happen with all that now? It's just going to hopefully get better, and even more competitive. Is that what they're looking to do? Make more of a profit? And
I'm excited at the thought of it. It seems like there's a lot of good potential.
well, because there's
here.
more money being backed into it now, so that is good.
Yeah.
So yeah, that'll help. Okay, well that'll work. So.
This
We
is
go
our
from that.
Ozzy hour?
Yes. Mr. Ozzy Osbourne issues an apology in therapy for sex addiction. So, okay. Rock star, sex addiction, cheating on the wife. It's almost kind of like a formula, unfortunately. So
He said over the last 6 years he's been dealing with sex addiction, and he's gone to intense therapy. Hasn't he always how has this just started 6 years ago? He has had a long rock star life going on, right?
he's been with her for 33 years, and she's his second wife.
Well, the statement also confirmed that Osbourne's had years long affair.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I believe it. Well, I'm glad I believe they're trying to reconcile now. So, I think that's good and that's healthy. And Ozzy and Jack, his son, have started a new TV series. So this just started this week. But we can I'll talk about that in a minute, though. So what did you want to say some more about him and Sharon?
No, I was just going to go on to say about the mistress. She was able to say her side of the story. And she said that she doesn't really believe that he was a sex addict. And that before things got physical, she'd known him a year. She'd known him a year before. Which, by the way, this means that this has been happening for a while,
Uh-huh.
And she said that she maintained her relationship with him, felt like an old-fashioned romance, and that he courted her.
Well, I got to tell you, man, it's in this game, it's really good to have a good publicist.
It really is. It definitely is.
So, but good that she told her side of the story. So, that's cool. I mean, no one will ever say that the Osbournes are boring people. They're very energetic, amazing, funny, human people. I mean, they're just, they're interesting. I like them. I think they're cool. Definitely. So, but hopefully everything works itself out for that situation, however it's supposed to go.
Yeah.
But it looks like Ozzy's trying to, like I said, to reconcile with Sharon. Apparently, the divorce has been halted. So I guess we'll see if it stays that way.
But the girl, the mistress there,
yes.
She did say that she said, "I'm sorry." Basically, what she was getting at was that she didn't regret it. That she didn't regret it whatsoever.
When you're in love, usually there's no regrets if that's the case. So I understand. So not taking sides. Not taking sides at all. So, because I think Sharon Osbourne's pretty cool. So, yeah, I think she's very funny and very candid. So
he apparently Osbourne, he closed it with saying that he'd also like to apologize to the other women I've been having sexual relationships with. Out of bad comes good. So, I'm glad that he's able to take a positive spin on things.
Well, yeah, it's good. It's good to be honest about who you are and what you are. So whatever that is. So I can respect that. It's not easy admitting admitting that you have faults, period, no matter who you are, whether you're Ozzy Osbourne or the guy or girl who lives down the street,
Yeah.
Overcoming your ego is not always easy.
That's true. It's a tricky path.
Yeah, definitely. But on the brighter side, Ozzy and his son Jack have started a new TV series this week. It's called Ozzy and Jack World Detour. And they're going all over the world, and they're visiting historical sites and just, and interacting with people and having fun. So, role playing and all kinds of stuff, getting dressed up, just doing all kinds of crazy things. It's on the History Channel. So I definitely want to check it out. It looks like it's a lot of fun. So
it's not the History Channel anymore. Now they dropped the channel and it's just history.
Oh, look
really?
at you.
Really, yeah.
Potato, whatever, dude.
I tell that to them.
Tomato.
That's not my decision.
Split my hair while I'm doing my podcast.
They felt the need.
Gotcha. That's cool.
Yeah.
So it's just history?
It's just history, no channel, just history.
I like History Channel better, but okay.
I do too. I don't understand. You're trying to be modern and edgy. I don't get it.
Yeah, I think that's kind of silly, but hey.
Yeah,
what do we know?
To each his own, yeah.
Keith. Yeah, we're just Jordan and Keith. What do we know?
Exactly.
So, but now, we go from one Osbourne to another. The amazing and very talented, and she has a good voice, actually, Kelly Osbourne is sued by Ozzy's former mistress, Michelle Pugh. Have you seen that? Yeah, man. So,
yeah.
It's, the plot thickens once again. It's getting it's getting dicey. It is. Well, because, I think she went on Instagram and I'm just like, well, Kelly, these are your parents. I know you're sensitive about this, but you might want to just stay out of it and let them deal with that whole situation, because now you're getting sued. Well, so we'll see how that plays out. But let's see. So, yeah, Michelle, go ahead.
I was going to say
go for it.
That, the new Tales from the Crypt show, you know about it, right? They're doing what did I just say? They're doing a reboot.
Dude, I thought you were going to talk about Kelly Osbourne.
Oh, Kelly Osbourne?
We've been
talking about Kelly Osbourne.
But we're about to go into the details.
Okay, yeah. You do your details.
I'm like...
I'm just really excited about talking about Tales from the Crypt.
Yeah, you're funny, dude. So what we found out is that, Michelle Pugh alleged that Kelly has defamed her. She says it's defamation of character, public disclosure of private facts, and she says she believes this intentional infliction of emotional distress. And she's talking about the tweets that Kelly posted from her Twitter page earlier this year.
Oh,
so, because when you do that to somebody and you out them as someone's mistress, so now everybody's looking at this person, whether it's true or not, and they're like, "Oh, you're a bad person. We're not gonna. You won't be able to work for us. You can get basically kind of blackballed from all that.
Yeah,
you can become a social media pariah at that point. So you got
because she's suing.
Yeah, so that's why she's suing because she's like, you're messing me up. She's like, I'm not rich, so I can't. I need to still work for a living. This is She quotes, "Kelly intentionally and maliciously harmed me, by publishing private facts and defamatory statements, in addition to inciting a rash of mass cyberbullying against, me or Michelle Pugh." That's how the lawsuit reads. And she also states that Kelly harnessed her celebrity and notoriety to incite her followers as well as the media machine. So now that statement means that she believes that Kelly convinced her own followers to join in on it and just to gang up on her and just try to make her look bad or look even worse than how Kelly's already saying it. So, it's pretty messy. So
it's messy.
Yeah. I mean, everybody, yeah. So
it sounds like a story that would be in, say, an anthology horror show like Tales from the Crypt, which, by the way, Keith, did you know that they're rebooting Tales from the Crypt?
Corny segue.
That was a good segue.
So I guess you're over Kelly, huh?
I've been ready to stop talking about Kelly.
Well, Kelly, so hopefully that gets resolved for you and Michelle. Hopefully you guys can work that out. So
yeah, no, let's end with that.
At the end of the day, there's one person that started all of that, and
she did something you felt like it wronged her. You were upset about it, rightfully so.
Right.
There's a lot. We'll get back to you guys. We're hoping that everything comes up next week. We'll talk more about it. But for right now, Keith, did you know that they're rebooting Tales from the Crypt with M. Night Shyamalan?
No, I did not.
M. Night Shyamalan is going to be doing Tales from the Crypt again, and they're talking about the formatting and everything. Are you excited about this?
I like M. Night Shyamalan a lot, so I don't know how I feel about that. Tales of the Crypt was cool, so I mean, I'll definitely check it out. I've been digging this TV series Wayward Pines a lot. So
oh yeah, and that turned out well. I mean,
yeah,
I don't know about season 2. I like
season 2 was good. Season 2 was a little messed up. There were certain things about it I didn't like, but
I felt like if they ended much as a cliffhanger, if they ended it on season 1, I would have been okay with it.
But people liked season 1 so much, that's why they came back for season 2, because it was only supposed to be a 1-season shot.
Yeah.
But they didn't anticipate how much the fans loved it. So, but that's cool. So you were saying, Tales from the Crypt, when's it supposed to air?
So it's going to be out in late 2017. Now, I don't know about you, but I typically don't like bad horror movies, right? Like,
right.
A little too corny. I feel like I've invested all that time and you've let me down so hard. But a bad horror TV show, like some of Tales from the Crypt. Now, they had some good ones in there. There's some gems, but things like Tales from the Dark Side. You remember that cheesy 80s show?
I like that show, actually.
Really? There's some of those where you're not bad. I like it if they're bad because they were so bad and it was only 20 minutes. I'm like, all right, I'm okay.
Well, see, I felt like both those series had bad episodes and good episodes. It's just a question of who's writing.
And that's the thing. That's what makes anthology shows so cool, like Black Mirror that's coming out on Netflix. It's one of those things where it's okay if it's a hit and a miss because it doesn't define the whole show necessarily. Right. Okay. So with this, they're talking about making it a half hour of an original kind of programming, Mm-hmm. Like it's going to be a half-hour anthology and then a 1-hour original show with some shorts in between. So this is almost like a variety hour of
Which one are we talking about?
Tales from the Crypt.
Okay, because you kind of went all over the place.
I know. We're talking.
So, okay.
I love anthologies, and they're going to make this huge. They're going to make it big, and it's going to be humongous.
Right on. Okay. Well, thank you for sharing. Since you couldn't wait, you're like a kid
absolutely
in the candy store,
not.
So you're excited. So we have more to get back to, but we're going to do that after this commercial.
All right. Sounds good.
Yep. Let's be honest, black people know about all the cool stuff. Wouldn't it be fun if they let you listen to their conversations? Lucky for you, the co-hosts of On the Upside are very generous. The On the Upside podcast is an authentic take on music, film, and pop culture through the lens of two 20-somethings who are always in search of what's new and next up. Co-hosts Uptown Bobby and Northside Nancy discuss their favorite and not so favorite pieces of media from both the mainstream and indie worlds, with an emphasis on art within the African diaspora. One moment, they could be gushing about Beyonce's Lemonade, and the next could be a full-on debate about what will happen next on Game of Thrones. Join the duo for their bi-weekly shows and join in on the conversation. Search for On the Upside on iTunes and SoundCloud.
Hey, everybody, welcome back.
What's that about?
That laugh
dude?
and that music taught us anything? That means the show is making a return.
Yes.
And we're going to keep talking about entertainment news.
You know it.
All right. So, well, was that a good commercial, Keith?
It was a great commercial. I loved it. It was awesome. So,
All right. So, now that we're back, we're going to be talking to you guys about a little MTV news.
well, okay, yeah, we want to do that, but don't want to skip also my main man.
Oh, which one's your main man?
Tony Bennett.
Tony Bennett. Well, let's just go right to Tony Bennett, right?
Yes, you know.
We've got time for one more story today, and that's Tony Bennett.
Yeah, Tony Bennett celebrates his 90th birthday. So congratulations, Mr. Bennett,
Congratulations.
who left his heart in San Francisco. You know, that's his famous song. So, and of course, Lady Gaga did an album with him as well. And kudos to Lady Gaga for respecting the art and mastery of Tony Bennett. I mean, we talk about all-time crooners, you know, especially from his era. It was Frank Sinatra, Tony Bennett, Nat King Cole. You know, those were the guys, and he's the one still standing right now. He's 90 years old. That's amazing.
He doesn't look like a day over 65, or maybe 70.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah,
Yeah.
he looks great for his
Maybe
age.
75,
looks
but he
happy.
still does look great.
He looks awesome. He's
Any
aging
number
very
below
well.
90 is a compliment when you're 90, right?
So it would be really cool to meet him. He's got a great voice, a golden voice, and yeah, so we're happy for him. We're glad you're 90. We're glad you're still here. We're glad you're here to see all kinds of great history happening within this world. This man lived through World War II, dude.
Right?
I mean, you know.
And not
So-
many people can say that.
Yeah, I would love to ask him if he, what's the first president that he remembered? I would love to know that answer. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's just crazy stuff, man. Yeah. So yeah, Tony
Here's
Bennett.
to 90 more years of
Yeah.
Mr. Tony Bennett.
And he says, "This is a day I'll never forget as long as I live. To be treated this way at 90 years old, I feel like I'm 19 years old. It's a wonderful treat. It's one of the very special things in my whole life." You know, quote Tony Bennett. So yeah, so good. I'm glad you had a nice party. Yeah, that's awesome. So
That's very cool. I'm happy to hear it.
yeah, so
We're big Tony Bennett fans, aren't we?
yeah, well, I think he's great. Yeah, I do. I've been meaning to get some of his stuff actually because I got some Frank and I got some Nat King Cole. I need to get some Tony. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know that. You know, and people don't realize it, but Marvin Gaye, when he first came out, he actually wanted to sing like Frank Sinatra, you know, Nat King Cole and Tony Bennett. He wanted to be one of those type of singers, but then he was meant to do something else great and become an amazing soulful
he
singer
didn't need
instead.
to croon.
Well, he didn't know that, you know.
Yeah.
But those were his influences at the time. So, but
Yeah, Marvin Gaye once again teaching us how to love ourselves. But once again, I'm going to get dropped down some MTV news.
please do
This is it. This is what's going to close the show because it's so interesting, okay?
go for it.
All right. So, you remember MTV, right, Keith?
No, Jordan. Really?
Say you do.
That was my smack noise, like we were doing kung fu. Yes, I remember MTV.
Yeah. And
Music
it's still
television
a
it
thing,
stands
right?
for. It's
A
still
lot
for.
of people, they had beef because MTV wasn't about the music anymore. It was about reality TV. Really upset a lot of those true 90s, 80s kids.
Yes.
But they're deciding to change it. See, MTV is launching a classic channel, and it's dedicated to the 1990s. Beavis and Butthead, Celebrity Deathmatch, music stuff, right?
So it's going to be 90s themed video channel?
It's a 90s themed, it's MTV in the 90s, you know, which that's its own, it had a very unique, you know, everything back then. So I guess we're going to be saying hello to the old, like, you know, show intros, the old astronaut landing on the moon and declaring it in the name of MTV.
Okay. Well, I mean, that was a great iconic image back in the day when they had the commercial with the MTV logo on the astronaut, and we all loved that. I mean, yeah. So they're gonna do the whole '90s thing, and that's cool. But MTV was started in the '80s, and just even when it started, it was amazing back then.
August 1st, 1981. That's right, guys. This is actually the 35th year anniversary of MTV.
Yeah, so right on.
Well,
and you also want to tell them that it looks like they're going to bring back MTV's Unplugged. So that's gonna be cool.
That was the next thing.
That returns this year.
You guys may know Unplugged from Nirvana. There's so many bands that did Unplugged.
Oh man!
And they made legendary performances.
All kinds of people did Unplugged. Jay-Z,
Korn.
Yeah, Korn. A host of different types of genres. Yeah, all kinds of people did Unplugged, bro.
Eric Clapton. Yeah, we could go on for a long time,
yes.
but Unplugged. It had the special ability to make legendary albums. I think that's.
Oh yeah,
a lot of amazing performances came out of that. I'm sorry, not just albums, just performances. Just.
Oh yeah, definitely. No, I agree.
It was gosh.
Well, what I like about this too, Jordan, is that by MTV doing this is going to get the millennials back into music videos. Those who are not, because I got into music from watching music video shows.
And I think thanks to
different genres
YouTube,
of music.
MTV's music video, it's not as necessary because of the internet, but it's still very welcome. And nostalgia lovers, I think they're going to rejoice.
Well, yeah, and YouTube is cool because you can order it up. But
yeah,
but
one
MTV
thing
was
YouTube
cool.
hasn't done, and it's make legendary performances. Or I'm sure they have in some cases, but Unplugged, that's their thing.
Dude, it's Unplugged. We don't have MTV Raps anymore. We don't have 120 minutes.
Yes.
So those were exactly.
Yeah.
But Jordan, young Padawan, what that shows you is that history does go full circle.
I think thanks to our nostalgia-loving generation where everybody wants to go roaring 20s to go-go 80s and et cetera and whatnots, it's really just kind of created where we're constantly looking to remind ourselves of what it was like.
Yeah, see, because I watched the 90s channel, but I want to see some 80s stuff.
I think that's why Nintendo stays so popular, because there's these games that, they're good for kids, but at the same time, you can play like a Pokemon game, as Pokemon Go's kind of showed us, and people are like, oh, God, I remember it. I remember being afraid to go to the dentist.
So has MTV said when they're going to roll out the 90s channel?
I'm actually really glad you asked, Keith, because they have. In fact, it's already happened. August 1st, they've officially changed VH1 Classic to MTV Classic. So,
okay.
Well, Celebrity Deathmatch isn't there yet. I'm very much hoping it will be. There'll be things like Daria, Beavis and Butthead.
Daria, I won't be soothed.
Yeah, that one. No, not that one.
I know.
Yeah, you get it.
Song from Cake, but yeah.
It's okay. Cake's a great band, and they deserve a shout-out from time to time.
Yeah.
So, and the cartoon Eon Flux. So there's also going to be stuff like Cribs and things.
Oh, really?
Pimp My Ride, The Real World.
No.
Punk'd.
Some of that stuff they don't need to bring back.
It's going to be early 2000s to 90s, yeah.
No. All right. Well, we'll check it out. So I want the 80s stuff. So that's what I want to see.
Yeah.
But it's all good. So they're going to have to start giving this little decades. But right on.
Well, with all that being said, from your MTVs to your... God, we talked about so much.
Yes, we did.
It's time to end the show, though. And I know you guys are upset, but don't worry, because another show is right on the horizon.
This is true.
Yeah, so just stay tuned for next time. And in the meantime, if you did like our stuff and you want to backtrack and hear about other entertainment news, well, that's easy, too. You just got to go to gsmcpodcast.com. There's also iTunes. There's there's SoundCloud, there's Google Play, and you can follow us on Twitter and like us on Facebook.
That's true.
So I guess with all that being said...
Well, thanks again for tuning in. We appreciate all of you, and we'll see you somewhere out in space.